Hi folks, and welcome to the Film Homework channel, and this time I'm in the cellar of the elderly gentleman I am caring for, and I just want to give you a little fun video about, not, I don't mean it actually totally serious, but this is a really simple way how you can mount a knife when you're in a pinch, and I'm just trying to make it real simple. And what I got myself is a piece of lilac from the garden, and it's halfway dry, but it's not entirely dry, and this is important. Halfway dry it has to be, because you don't want any cracks to happen. It doesn't have the most pronounced of a grain, you can see, but also there is a little bit of a pith situation going on, and this is something we also want to have. What I did is I pre-drilled it, and what I want to do now is I will take my little saw from the Victorinox, and I'm just widening the drilling, and just like so. And what I got here is a blade blank. This is something I made, I forged, actually forged from a piece of circular saw from a milling saw. And I choose this because you can, with very simple implements, you can also just cut it and put a knife shape on, and then grind it by hand on a random rock, actually. And what I want to do is I check for the fit, and you can see, like so. In my opinion, you should always keep a piece of broken saw blade, industrial saw blade, maybe even made from HSS, because no one will take it from you because it's a knife. It's just a broken saw blade, but you can make a knife from it in no time. So this is actually a thing for another video. But this one is just some carbon steel, and I don't expect wonders from the knife. And what I also have is a piece of random wood, and I want to take a look at the grain, and I want to go against the grain. And what I'm doing now, this is something that can work but mustn't, so don't apologize if it doesn't work out. It's a really rough and tumble way to mount a knife, and it is not how it is done. Please don't quote me on that. But what I want to do is I take a wooden mallet, and I just whack it on. And I hope that the handle doesn't crack. Because, well, it's not a nail. And the thing is, if it doesn't work, you're in for a problem, because it is next to impossible to remove the handle. And this is a good thing also, because it doesn't need any glue. But I want to work it loose a little bit, because that way like so, it's getting there, but I don't want to overdo it. Also take note, I didn't work on the shoulders of the blade, and this is because I want to distribute the stress. What you can do, however, is grind it back to a more nail-shaped shape. But this is, keep in mind, this is a rough and tumble method. I'm working it loose because I want it to have a little bit more room, because what I am doing is I ram the tang into the pith, and in order to minimize the risk of splitting, I want to work the fitting a little bit more loose. And well, and you can see the orientation on the piece of wood I'm using to ram it against. This is octagonal to the right angle to the grain. So also don't use brute force. Just take it very slow in order to minimize risk of splitting. And you want to use some hardwood for the handle. And I'm working it loose in order to widen up the channel where I drive it through. And it's really a slow process, but actually, well, and you can see that maybe I need to take the blade out again and rework it a little bit, or maybe even drill from the other side. But I think you get the gist. The question is, can it be done? Yes. Should it be done that way? No. Because you can see that's, I'm taking it slow because I want to minimize the risk of it breaking on me, because, well, it would be a shame even if these materials are really basic and really didn't cost a lot. Also, this is a check for the temper of a blade, and there is a certain possibility that your blade will break on you if the temper is not there. And also take note, if you want to do this, I'm doing it all wrong. You want to tape off the edges, but this is not ground yet, and my hands are accustomed to worse shit, and so I might want to give it a little bit of tapping in order to maybe even use a hammer, or you could use some wrench or something to whack it off. Just clamp it in a vise and use a wrench to tap off the handle altogether. But what you can see is slow and steady does the trick. And like so. Doesn't get there, and doesn't want to go there. Skoden. If you get stuck with your handle, which I did, you can try to drill it out from the other side, but you need to be very, very careful, and actually you would need to mark it off. What I think happened is that the pith isn't going in a straight line, but there are variations. Look at that. There's a branch hole, and I think that this might be the culprit. So, if you excuse me for a minute. So I am just using my baton to drive it home for the last millimeters, and what I am left now with is something like this. And the thing is, if your blade stands up to that kind of abuse, and you can see the tiniest portion of the tip broke off, but we are talking in a survival situation here, and if this would happen with a makeshift material, you wouldn't be too bad off, because there will be more material because a circular saw is relatively big, and if it would fail you in such an application, it would fail you in the most dire applications too. So, and you can see this is a case against sturdy and big knives, or maybe not a case against them, but because, well, it can fail you. This is a little carving knife, and so I wanted it to be a little bit more slicey, and so that would not be a big issue. So, and as please keep in mind, and don't quote me, quote Uncle Fimbulmög, because Uncle Fimbulmög made a knife that way and said that this is how you make knives. This is not how you make knives. Don't get me wrong on this. And but it's a way to be able to create a cutting implement when you're in want for materials and a shop. And with very simple implements, you can create something. And actually, the thing is, that doesn't need to mean that you could not make something beautiful, because my personal experience, beauty is something that is actually something to keep you going, and so you can actually take your time shaping the handle, need even carve it a little bit. There's no need to make it rougher than you need, because you well, you get your Swiss Army knife or what have you, and so there's no need to make it uglier than you need to. And I will work on this and try to make it as appealing to me as I possibly can. And well, look at that. I will add maybe some carving or something, and we'll see if I can create some appealing shape or something, like that. And as is, it already feels great in my hand, so it's not a big deal I need to do still. And I'm just cleaning it up a little bit, that it doesn't look too bad. I would suggest, and I would strongly suggest, by the way, you tape off the edge of the knife knife blade, because there's a lot that can happen, and especially if you were in a pinch, and in such a pinch that you need to make your own knives, then that's not a good thing, good time to cut yourself in some vital region or something, and so you might not want to do this, and might be even more careful than you normally would be, and so please play safe and tape off the blade. This one isn't sharpened yet, as I said, so it's less of a problem, but you need to keep that in mind. And well, you know, we are all adults, and I hope so. I hope so that we all know what we're doing, and if you want to make a knife, that you take good care, because the knife is sharp, or it's not a knife but a look-alike. And but as I said, well, I would say this should be enough for now. I will do a bit of sharpening, and I think I will continue shaping the handle, and well, then it will be time for a test, and get some rough sharpening stone here, and in order to create grind back the tip. This is really conservatively tempered, so it will not take a lot of time to shave the edge. And you see, I ground back the tip in no time, and this is also something I put a convex bevel on it after forging, and I think this is something. You see me holding the stone just with 2 fingers, which leads to it moving around, and this is a good thing with a convex bevel. So you can shape the convex portion of the blade. That's a great stone for shaping, because it's really rough, and need to have some polishing going on still, so you might want to get yourself some sandstone too, and but actually I forged this blade for such an experiment, because I really wanted to know how simple you can go, and I actually tempered it. But if you are careful and don't overdo the grinding, and don't heat it up while grinding to a very high temperature, grinding the tip needs some more time. Because I ground it back a little bit. And what I want to do is go check for symmetry ever so frequently, and start at a really sharp angle and go back to a flatter angle, like so. Also, well, it's just to illustrate matters, and I think please don't check your knives that way. And you can see, just like that, the knife would be functional. And you can always sand it down a little bit and or shape it more. I will give it more barrel shape or something, or maybe I don't know yet what to do with it. And the thing is, because the handle isn't fully dried out, it will shrink, and it will shrink around the rather tight fit of the blade. All right, so you don't need any glue in this case. This isn't ideal, obviously, but it's a way you can save yourself a lot of fuss if you don't have glue, because this might be an issue with supply chains and something. And so it would be enough for snacking, food prepping, and carving stuff. And obviously I will take it to the woods and show you what it does. And well, so I hope you enjoyed the video. It's not how it's done. I want to repeat that, because it's really makeshift, and it's really improvised. But what really matters to me is to show you that you can do this. And actually, if you take some HSS steel, some high-speed steel or something, you will be left with a really great blade. And actually, if you temper a saw blade, that'll be perfectly great too. It's just 56 to 58 HRC, or even 60, 61. I hear the new Castrum lineup, the Jerv lineup, will be made from 15N20, which is a traditional saw steel too. And there is nothing wrong with this steel, and it will work a cinch for wood carving and woodworking and snacking and all-round bushcraft tasks. And well, nothing wrong with this. But as I said, HSS would be even more edge resilient. And you could also put really, if it gets hot while grinding, no harm done, because it's a high-speed steel. You couldn't destroy the temper if you try to. So that'll not be an issue. So well, but as I said, just with some sort of drilling implement and well, where did I put it now? Too many knives. This one. Just with a Victorinox and a drill and a saw. Maybe the more tools you get, the more tools you have, and the more tools that are still functional in such a setting, the better, obviously. And don't be as silly as myself, only using crap for making a knife. That's not what I'm saying. But with these simple implements, you'll be able to make yourself a carving knife, or a hunting knife, or what have you, a foot prep knife, or And this is something you need to practice, obviously, and it's not my first knife, obviously, that I made in such a manner, but it is perfectly doable, and I can only encourage you to do and to try yourself out. And by the way, I didn't spit on the stone, so because that's disgusting, or might be disgusting. So well, I think the edge retention leaves something to desire, but as I said, with very simple implements, you can make yourself a functional knife. So, hope that was enjoyable. Hope that was halfway helpful, maybe, or entertaining, or something. I knew you guys are in for a sensation, just like anyone, just like I would be. So I think I will make more knives in this way. Maybe even one in the woods or something. But well, thank you for watching. Thanks for bearing with me. And stay sane and healthy. Enjoy the forest or your cellar or something. And stay sane and healthy. And I hope to see you next time. Bye.